What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is I only heard these sounds after moving to America. That sounds like a Lost in a Pond title to me.
You know, I laughed when I read it a minute ago. So I just thought that's just so Lawrence. That.
It is, and Lawrence is on the screen, so that kind of gives it away as well.
Oh yeah.
Smash the like button if you enjoy this kind of content. Smash that subscribe button as well, you absolute legends. Go and check Lawrence out, but wait till after this video, like we always say. Make it to the end of this one, hopefully.
Like his red glasses.
Very nice red glasses. A little bit of black in there as well. Very multicoloured, which is awesome. We've done a few of these, like ice creams. Oh no, summer foods, only out of America, winter items, stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting about sounds. I'm trying to think, maybe a bear noise, but I don't know if you'd have heard a bear noise. What do you reckon? Come on, you're laughing at my suggestion.
I reckon the sound of Target doors opening.
The sound of Target doors opening. Let's see if that one is on the list. Maybe,
I don't think so.
I didn't think there would be much worse shout than my bears. I think there was. I think you found it.
Here I am.
Let's go.
Hello. For some reason, I woke up next to a tree this morning, and that reason could be because I couldn't get to sleep in my actual bed because for the first time in as many days, it was autumn.
Oh, what? So autumn comes out. He's like, nah, we've got to go outside. Got to go outside.
And that meant that my bedroom was completely silent, and you might be watching this thinking, I'm really confused right now, and if you are, that you could be British. Because in America, for the most part, your bedroom and most of the rooms in the house, especially in the summertime, are not silent. There's this little thing called white noise. And white noise is this thing that seems to permeate American society in general, and something that Americans tell me that they can't do without when they go to bed. And for me, it's the other way around. You know, in Britain, I grew up with just really quiet, peaceful bedrooms, with the exception of my dad snoring in the next room. I sort of got used to that for 26 years. I got used to this sort of just, I don't know, this general silent ambience. Is that even a thing? And then when I moved to America, bear in mind this was in the winter, so it hadn't yet happened yet, but by the time the summer started to heat up, we were putting on the air conditioning units, right? And of course, famously, we still haven't come around to that idea in the UK. It just became this thing. It sort of happened to me that as soon as I moved here, without realizing it, was falling asleep to white noise. And I think after about a year of that, it sort of clicked that this isn't how things used to be. So in America...
Yeah, I think it's like when we go on holiday to Europe, like anywhere in Europe, you put the aircon on. First couple of nights you probably hear it, but after like 2 nights,
just zone out.
Just zone out. Don't even know it's on. It's just there, isn't it? Same thing.
The autumn, it takes me right back to me childhood. Briefly, because then the winter turns up and you have to have a fan on in the bedroom because the heating is too hot. It's like a catch-22. But while I was laying there awake at night before I fell asleep next to this tree, I had some thoughts about some of the other sounds that I commonly hear in the United States that I would never have heard in England. And if you listen carefully, you can probably hear one of those sounds right now. Hear that? That
we definitely have birds.
Well, North American bird species, most likely.
Oh, that's a joke.
I can't believe it.
No way. They're not called British bird species. They're just called birds. What the heck?
There's definitely, obviously, American bird species, but Lawrence, that is
just
a cop
bird.
out.
That's just a bird noise. That.
We love you, Lawrence, but that is a cop out.
But like,
we hear bird noises.
Obviously, you can't hear North American bird in England because we don't have them.
Well, that's the whole point of this video.
Yeah, but
that is the point of this video.
That's the cop out one. I want to hear Target. I don't want it. That my Target one was a better shout.
Sorry, that's a cop out one, but Target supermarket doors isn't a cop out.
No, Target doors sound different to our doors.
Well, maybe these birds sound different.
They do not.
I think both are just cop outs.
Tweet tweet. Same bird all
Here
around the
most
world.
commonly is a wood pigeon because it makes that really distinctive sound
we
all across
definitely have
most of
wood
Europe,
pigeons.
I think, and it just goes. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Sounds like an
I
owl.
realise I'm making bird sounds in public. Here, you don't really hear that sound very often because wood pigeons aren't native to North America. And instead, you'll hear the sounds of many birds. I mean, here in the Midwest, you've got cardinals, you've got the red-winged blackbird, you've got mourning doves, which of course comprise about 33% of my own family. And so the general bird ambience differs greatly between Britain and the United States. And of course, America, being the giant country that it is, boasts a stupid amount of birds and an amount of stupid birds, but that's every country. And, you know, the noise or the sound, the ambience that they produce differs immensely depending on where you are in the country. So I can only speak for here. I've seen a cardinal sitting outside of my house on a telephone
Beautiful
wire
bird.
dropping a massive but all the time chatting. So if you are the sort of person who's really into birds, which is all English people once they pass the age of 40, then if you move to America,
we're not quite there yet.
Get yourself a bird book. Do those things still? I don't know if they exist, but look it up on the internet. Which birds are in your local area? And then what about the sound that you hear at a zebra crossing / crosswalk? Again, those differ all throughout the United States. Where I live, you hear things like, the crosswalk sign is on. The crosswalk sign is on. And
that's good for blind people.
Mate. And I've been to places here where it almost sounds like a machine gun, like, right, which really makes you want to run across the road, so at least it gets its job done efficiently. But it is mildly terrifying. In Britain, I can't really remember how it goes. It's something like...
Does that have a sound? It's like a beep, isn't it? Sometimes.
It goes...
I think you woke up on a weird side of the bed today.
No,
That's the second sound effects we've heard.
Yeah, but that is how it goes.
Sometimes, not. I'm gonna take your word for it. I can't remember, but
I think sometimes in some of the crossings, when you press the button, it doesn't say anything. It just shows you the green man, and then as it changes to amber, it goes. It does.
There you go. I was going to say, for blind people, the only thing I know, I think there is sounds on a lot of them, but I can't remember it. But underneath, you press the button, and then underneath there's a little spinny thing, and then hold on to it, and it starts spinning when he goes. That's on every crosswalk. I'm pretty sure that's on every traffic lights.
I did not know that. I'm going to look for that next time.
Because we used to do it at school all the time. You put it under, and it starts spinning.
Did you know?
Yeah. I don't know why. It was just like, oh, look at that.
Beep, 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 beep. Probably making that up.
No.
Producers,
Just like yours.
Can we look up what it sounds like in Britain?
No, I don't remember that.
2 years, one sound that I've heard commonly here in Chicago is my cat. But also tornado sirens.
That must be terrifying.
Tornado sirens
really
go off
one.
when we're put into a tornado warning, and that's when we have to go down to our basement, get away from all of the windows, and just sort of stay put until the local authorities tell us that we can leave. In fact, my cat is well drilled in this by now. And you might be thinking, ooh, Lawrence, why are you including tornado sirens and not tornadoes themselves? And the reason is simple, because while tornadoes might be devastating when they do in fact strike, Americans are likely going to hear more tornado sirens in their life than they are tornadoes.
A lot of false alarms.
And come to that, Britain isn't itself without the odd twister, and I'm not just referring to the sweaty board game. As a matter of fact, England experiences more tornadoes per square mile than any other country on Earth. It's just that none of them are strong enough to feature in films with Helen Hunt. So they very rarely cause fatalities. I promise I am happy about that. This is just my default face. But the tornado siren is most certainly something I'd never heard until I moved to the United States, although that's not entirely true. Because in Britain we do have such sirens, and they were once used for alerting us to air raids, and nowadays to another weather phenomenon, floods. But I can tell you unequivocally that nothing prepared me this year for the moment when I was just standing in a wooded area with my wife, and all of a sudden...
That must have been terrifying, I imagine.
That's not...
Right, I want to hear your go at this sound effect. Compare sound effects.
Oh, that was really good.
Let us know in the comments. Compare.
A plane in a heavy wind. That is the siren. Just my impersonation of it. See? And it was deafening. It was deafening. I genuinely thought the Germans were coming until I looked at my calendar, realised it was an invisible watch, and that it wasn't the 1940s. So perspective is everything. I mean, it's always nice when you can just sit there and say, thank goodness it's just a tornado. Anyway, normally when we're hankering down in that shelter, otherwise known as the basement, you do find yourself morbidly listening out for that whoosh sound, right? Or at least I do. But most of the time, all you're left with is crickets. Not literally, that would be weird. Although it does bring me on to another point, crickets. I'm not talking about the sport. Of course, we hear that all the time in the English summer, not so much here. But crickets, the insect.
Do you not have any
talked about these before.
UK? I swear we do.
The sound that they make is very prominent on this side of the ocean. In Britain, we don't have that ambience, and it's a blooming shame because it's a very relaxing sound. I've never really
do have crickets because I've heard that sound before.
I've talked about crickets on this channel in the past, but it is. It's a sound that I can actually sit there in the park listening to cricket.
No, we definitely have that sound.
You know what? I don't know. Maybe it's like I'm a Celebrity we hear it on.
No, I've heard it in real life. I
feel like I want to say we do, but I'm doubting myself right now.
Oh, I've heard that in real life, and I definitely didn't hear it in New York.
Yeah, you're not going to hear it in New York.
So I definitely heard it in England, in Jersey.
I don't know, we'll see. Maybe not. We'll have to look it up after this video.
It's weird, because this is insects mating, or at least sending out a mating call. And I'm there casually listening in on it. Imagine if it was humans and I was doing that. It seems like we have alternative rules when it comes to other members of the animal kingdom. I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong. I don't want to do that to humans who should keep themselves to themselves. So those are just some of the sounds that I thought of when I woke up next to that tree this morning. And Mum, if you are watching, I didn't really wake up next to a tree. It's just for the narrative of this video. It's a weird narrative. That's it for this episode.
It's very random. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy that?
Good video.
A few cop-out ones, we'll definitely say that, but we enjoyed it overall. Let us know your opinions. Like I say, we've said ours on it, a few cop-out. Let us know what you think in the comments below. It'll be interesting to see a general consensus on it. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that subscribe button and watch the video.
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.